11:40 at mine. It's like 12:40 at yours. No one watch at this time.
I got a
So I'm
serious question. Do Juno viewers actually do judo?
It's not judo, it's Juno.
I know, but maybe they do judo.
I don't think so. But
No?
there is like really big mess, okay? Can I ask you the like I let's hear the perspective of the person that is outside of the ecosystem, okay?
Okay.
Juno Network is layer 1 blockchain
Okay.
that was built using Cosmos SDK and the other module that is called CosmWasm, which is basically the module that allows for inter-blockchain communication. I hope I'm not messing anything. And Terra uses it. I think you know Terra.
Yeah.
Secret Network, many other chains within the wider Cosmos ecosystem. So Juno was the first smart contract platform utilizing this technology. And they didn't do any private sale.
Right.
They didn't do any public sale, no venture capitalists. But what they did, they decided to take the snapshot of the Cosmos Hub network, the Atom holders, and airdrop the Juno tokens 1-to-1 to the Osmos. So if you had 1,000 atoms, you would receive 1,000 atom stakes at certain date. You would receive 1,000 Juno.
Okay.
They made
Oh,
the cap.
So wait. So if I held Atom, I have Juno.
If you staked Atom February 18, 2021
Okay.
in the private custody wallet, you had
Private custody, not the. Which wallet?
no exchange,
Yeah. Which
basically.
wallet though?
Kepler,
Yeah, Kepler.
Cosmos
Okay. Yeah.
Station.
Okay. So I should have some Juno. So I guess I should.
I think that date already passed, but the question is, did you stake Atom 1 year ago? It was a year
No.
ago.
Oh, a year ago. No.
February 18, 2021. Yes.
No, 21. No, I had my
So it doesn't go back. Yeah, like it's usually the
all right.
snapshots are the past. So if you're not receiving the airdrops, that's the
I
case,
had it
right?
staked. Most of it is staked in Exodus.io wallet, but I have some
I'm
staked
not
in.
sure if Exodus is like so.
I don't think so.
And they made the cap of the tokens. 50,000 is maximum per wallet. So
Okay.
if you had 100,000 atoms staked, you would receive only 50,000 Juno.
Okay, sounds fair.
What is happening after the airdrop? There's 50 wallets sending to one wallet out of total 2.5 million Juno, which is nearly 10% of all supply at
Okay.
starting supply. So it's gamed airdrop, right? But with the informations that people get, it wasn't gamed. It was coincidence. And there is the proposal number 4 on the Juno network coming to correct that, to slash 90% of this wallet to correct that.
So wait. Let me get this straight, just so I can understand. Okay, I had 50 wallets staking, and and all these wallets received an airdrop, and then all these wallets sent them to one wallet, which is obviously mine or my mother's or somebody else
Yes.
to give it to. Okay, fine. And the problem is that people are saying this is unfair and unjust. But at the same time, there's a claim that it has nothing to do with Juno Network. So the way I see it, if they slash the wallet 90%, that and it is one person, I don't see why that's justified. This is supposed to it's an airdrop's an airdrop. The guy got lucky,
Yes,
get over
yes.
it.
Look. Okay, that's fine. I totally agree.
And the other side of it is jealous people saying, "Oh my god, I didn't get enough airdrop. This guy got over the airdrop." Well, tough luck. That's how it is in life.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
If the guy was staking in 50 wallets, it's his problem. Now, if this is through the company and it's the company wallets or a friend of the company's, then that would be bad practice, and that would be like that would be insider trading, that would be cheating, that would be anything you can name in the book.
So it's not insider. It's not insider. It's let's
How do you
say,
know?
like, well, there is enough proofs. But like, yeah, like, not like, so there is proposal for to slash this wallet, and the information that comes out, this entity reach out and they say that institution that manage funds for many people, and this is not that they don't mean to harm the network, because of course holding 10% of the network is troublesome, especially with proof of stake. So they claim they don't mean to harm the network, and everything is fine. People vote no for slashing, and the life goes on for the next 5 months.
Oh yeah,
The
people
staking
flashing is
reward,
like getting sanctions for no reason, dude. Like I mean, it's not their fault. Like
yes, the lives go on. The lives go on. They stake all of the tokens, 2.5 million. The staking rewards for the first year at over 100. Not the inflation is 40%, but only 25% of tokens is bonded. They receive massive staking rewards that are worth millions. Basically, daily at this moment, they receive nearly $500,000 value of tokens.
good for them.
Very good for them.
Congratulations.
And they sell half of them every day,
Oh,
right?
they're selling, they're dumping. That's
They
what
they staking, but they selling the staking rewards.
it's up to them.
Good
It's
for
their money.
them,
They can do what
right?
they want with it.
Right. Suddenly, we are 5 months later. The proposal 16 comes again, that the core one team, the founders, because there is no CEO, it's fully community driven, so it always goes through voting. They said there is um new informations that seems this entity could be harmful for the network.
By selling tokens.
So
Would you rather he keeps all the tokens and becomes a whale?
I agree, selling is okay, but
Especially now in the bear market, I think it's good to sell them. I wish they sold all of it.
it seems the entity that got it is connected to two validators on Cosmos network that is called Game, and one more
Okay.
that
Okay.
amassed the number of Atom wallets running a Ponzi scheme in Japan,
Ah, plot thickens.
and claims of seed phrase farming on Telegram, as well as hacking.
Ah.
Right?
So these are stolen wallets.
Ponzi schemes, apparently getting the money of elderly Japanese, and that's how they amaze the Atom. They had the Cosmos running fund, but it's also like apparently Ponzi, right? There is Japanese pages, so there is good information from these people within the Cosmos ecosystem that it's sure that there is a proofs and there is harmful activity of this delegator, and this delegator was excluded from later airdrops because there is something fishy, but the community doesn't have full informations. One of these delegators that is related to this entity has in the description "Let's exit scam."
Yeah.
There is so many informations, and the community is afraid because you never know what will happen.
Yeah.
The proposal 16 comes in live, and this person already sold like over 500,000 Juno tokens, so they benefited, right? They made money. It's fine. The community give benefit of a doubt. Proposal 16 comes in live, and the decision is that if the most people vote yes, there will be network upgrade, which you can do with every proof of stake.
True.
And the size of the wallet is going to be decreased to 50,000 tokens.
Right.
And this time, most of the people vote yes, and it's still bringing a lot of controversy.
Doesn't matter. If it's a decentralized network, that's what the voting is. If
And
that's the whole point of a
it's
DAO,
going to
right?
pass. It's going to pass. And in
Good.
the community, there is a lot of discussion. I'm sorry if this is boring to say, but this is
No, it's not boring. It's actually quite interesting.
huge. And I tell you, the size of this wallet is $120 million at this moment. Like it's a lot. So this money is going to get seized.
And what's going to happen to the money?
It's going to go to community pool, which people like me have control of via voting, right? So there is already big community pool that is worth like $500 million or something. And
I would rather that goes to a fund to like pay back people in Japan, or I don't know, to
but
charity or some shit.
this funds, this Ponzi, I think is still running. Like, but like you see, like for me, there is the claims that there is a Ponzi running, but actually this is incomplete information. I'm trying to like
Yeah.
seek and investigate. And this entity made the Medium post today that these claims are unfound, right?
I'm not. You know who would be really good at this? Rice TVX would probably get the bottom of this. Like he's more of this guy that knows how to dig in. He's a reporter. He's a journalist. He knows how to do this shit. You know what I mean? For me, I wouldn't even know how to check and like.
Yeah, so the controversy is so huge, and this is the first time in history when in layer one blockchain via voting, the wallet is going to get slashed.
Well, no, it didn't. It wasn't the Ethereum fork.
Ethereum. So many people don't realize that this happened to Ethereum actually at
Yeah,
the
that's
early
why we
days,
have Ethereum.
right? So massive fuss in the Juno network. It was like some people, like I even made a joke, but I was trolling. Say it's the communist ideology to do this. The mob is taking action to slash to slash the wallet. Hey, Reda, but there is more to it. So people say the community is the mob, is actually stealing the money because someone has more, but this is not the case, because whole network could be at the danger, and the most powerful entity of the network could be potential scammer, like who ran the Ponzi in Japan.
Yeah, but if there's solid proof, I understand. But at the same time, yeah, you're voting for the rich to get poor. So in a way, it is communism.
Yes, but and this bringing controversy, and yeah, so difficult, right? Like you must say this is crazy situation, like, but it was done with Ethereum was successful.
True.
And overall the other side of the story
Well,
is,
Ethereum was a bit different because it got a locked account and they wanted to bring that back. It was a large amount of money, but yeah, they forked it off.
yeah, so also interesting thing, Juno did 500% in last 5 months despite the selling pressure
Nice,
while we are in the bear market.
nice.
So now the question is, if this gonna
Where can someone buy them?
only on the decentralized exchanges, Osmosis and Juno Swap now, like only there, like, which is
Okay.
crazy, just based of this small liquidity that the token was so successful. And now this selling pressure is gonna get removed,
So it
and
should go up.
suddenly
Maybe.
you don't have entity controlling 10% of the network. So will the network will be successful because of it, or
Or people stop.
will it affect the negativity of the mob opinion of the community that if you reach they can take away your money, which I don't think it will ever happen.
But if most people are voting, well, that's the thing. You have no choice. If most people are voting for it to be slashed, and the ones that outweigh the people that are not voting for it to be, even if the other ones leave, it'll be a lot less than the other ones leaving on the other side. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, and like the people might associate this with Juno Network, not realizing that this sort of behavior can be done with every proof of stake network.
Yeah, can be done, but is done is two different things. Yeah.
Yes, so I wonder how it will affect the network.
This is why the only true decentralized network in the whole world is Bitcoin.
And this is why I'm talking to you, and
Yeah.
because this proposal make me understand the Bitcoin, because many proof of stake people would say, hey, this is money. Like, no, like this proposal make you fully understand the purpose of Bitcoin and why there will be never any other chain that will be able to replicate
No.
this level of decentralization, the neutrality. Because if you owe Bitcoin, no one will be able to ever take away your Bitcoin.
Yeah, and not only that, what people don't understand is Bitcoin is actually decentralized on three scales. It's the network, but it's also, and a lot of people think it's the miners. But more important than the miners are the nodes.
Yeah.
So there's so many nodes. I think there's like 17,000 nodes. 6,000 of them are not even shown. You can't even see them.
Yeah, while with the proof of stake, you have like 150 nodes at
Proof of
best.
work. Proof of work is the only way to be
Yeah,
truly decentralized.
yeah. So
I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist. You know this, but Bitcoin is my largest position, my favorite position, and the only one I truly hodl, if you will, like very long term. When I say long term, I mean 10 years. Um, Bitcoin is the one.
like
Uh,
I fully understand. And before this proposal, I didn't see it because if someone would ask me, look, I want the property that could be maybe money, I would say Bitcoin. There's no proof of stake chain that will become the money. Proof of stake is more as the public company. I see very big relation, and this made me also bullish on the stock market because I think the proof of stake networks are non-different from the public companies. Basically, you have shares,
yeah.
and the shareholders are voting of the direction of the company.
Well, yeah.
Whether you
Also,
like it or not, this is how it looks. And the
exactly.
community, if they want to do something, they will do something. And the problem is that the decision with public company, the decision could be done by the CEO who is experienced and know what is the best.
Yeah.
But we need to be prepared that with proof of stake network, something stupid can happen just because people will not understand what's right.
Exactly.
And you
Uh,
can ruin this, but
I
it's fine.
had many talks on around the blockchain about this, saying that DAOs are great and all, and decentralized. Let's make decisions. But when you have a bunch of people, and please, people watching this, do not take this the wrong way. But when you have people that haven't even been able to buy their own car their whole life, run a company, it's not a good thing.
Yeah,
Like, it just
yeah,
doesn't work. We tried it. I was very much against this when I was working for Experty, and I had a lot of backlash, which led to me leaving the company. As a matter of fact, I quit the first time. I got fired the second time for full transparency. And the company continued, and it did not work because they were listening to everybody from Telegram instead of listening to CMOs, CEOs, and people that knew what they were talking about. So it doesn't work. They tried it in ancient Greece, democracy, right? For 30 years, they failed and they got rid of it because they had a bunch of morons. And I'm not saying everyone's a moron here, but they had a bunch of morons, uneducated people, not knowing the insights, taking decisions about things they don't understand. So it's not a good thing. It's generally not a good thing. Like look at Anna. Let's put it this way, right? Let's think about it this way. Let's take an extreme example. There's a war. Do you want to ask your community on how to handle strategic warfare? Like, no.
yeah. That's it.
You want to talk to your generals. You're not going to have a bunch of people on the battlefield saying, okay, the enemy's coming. The enemy is sighted. They're coming down with tanks in this way. Uh, we believe we can go through here and go around and outflank them to the left, but let's vote on what everybody thinks we should do right now.
Yeah, like I
Really?
realized also because you mentioned DAOs and you
Yeah,
said people are doing what they are told on Telegram. It's so
yeah,
easy to spread the wave of misinformation. Like, and also like I want to point to others. So first of all, I love DAOs. It's a lot of fun. But when you enter DAO voting, it's like this group mentality. Like we vote the
well,
way that make us money. Let's vote because we want this, and it's so difficult to make it right. Actually, like this is sorry if I'm looking
it's
at you. You
too
know
many
that.
people. Yeah, yeah. No, I
Yeah.
understand. I understand the camera. Yeah, yeah.
So it's exactly as you said. Other thing with proof of stake chain, right? Uh, Luna Terra. The founder is Do Kwon, and let's say there is voting on Terra Luna, and Do Kwon, I realized that many lunatics, they admire him.
Lunatics, I like that.
You
Lunatics.
know, they admire him, and the way he votes will affect how the rest of the community vote.
Yeah,
Is it truly decentralized? I mean, it's not, but it shows that people needs a leader because they will not know what to do. They look up to people. Like if you make your DAO, right, Paul? If you make your DAO, you make the game. If you make the DAO of this game, and you say I'm voting this and this on this DAO, the people will follow you regardless of your decision. Like it doesn't matter. Like they will follow you because you are the leader of the project and they look up to you, and
yeah,
that's how.
yeah.
So this is another issue, and I didn't see these things, and these things are undoable with Bitcoin, which is
Exactly. Bitcoin fixes this, bro.
yeah. And I kind of understand Michael Saylor saying that, like, you can't sanction this, because with proof of stake you will be able to put sanctions on whoever you
Of
want
course.
the same way. Like, oh, Putin hold these tokens.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
vote. Let's vote.
flash the
Slash it.
wallet.
Yeah, slash it right away. So um it's also beautiful to see because I realized that the crypto doesn't solve the issues of the banking system. The crypto is the new banking system, control with different governance,
Yeah,
because which could be worst, because CEO often try his best.
yeah,
He trained, but you need to understand that the people who vote on proposals are often the people who sit with the parents' bedroom, daily watching porn and spreading the hate speech, like being racist on for like
yeah,
whatever the worst shit. You don't know. You need
yeah.
to know
You
that
should.
this person.
That's why you can elect a board, maybe, if you want like people to take like to represent you. That's why politics work the way they work.
So
But you,
uh, this is another good point, because I think that we should process that probably proof of stakes should actually do the voting and choose the board
yeah,
that have the success of the network in the best interest. And I would be up for it, even
yeah. And if
if it
somebody does something
centralized the
stupid,
network.
you can vote him out or something like that.
Yeah.
If there's justifiable whatever, and that you can do it down that way. But generally, I mean, come on. People are not very good at coming together and doing shit. Let me give you the best example, okay? And this is gonna sound all beautiful and everything until you realize it can't be done. So there's something that's called, let's say you have 20 people and you're alone, or like you're in a place like an island or whatever. Now you gotta survive, so you want to build houses for each person. If each person tries to build their own house, it's not possible. But if they all come together and start building each other's house, then it's very possible for survival. And that's all great and dandy. The problem with that theory is that no one fucking does it.
Yeah,
Right,
like
like go right now to your neighborhood. Yeah, let's all go build some houses. No one has built mine first. No, there's not. Oh, I can't be bothered. I'm just bored today. Oh, I'm sleepy.
it's like, you
I like
know.
sleeping under the stars. Oh, I like camping.
Yeah,
Like it's not
yeah.
going to work. So
uh
The DAO in theory is great, but that's the problem. It's a theory, and yes, it can work in certain situations, but it's very hard. It's
yeah.
very
And I become more bullish on that. Like, this is such a good, like, argument. Did you read the Lord of Flies?
no. I heard of that. I've heard of it though.
But the DAOs are utopia. But we know what happens to utopias.
Right.
Like, like, it's the I but like what, like, DAOs might get split, start fighting with each other like this, and it could become the shit show. I don't want to fad, but what I'm trying to speak of is put every possibility on the table, because I don't like looking at the thing to be only bullish.
Yeah,
even when it's in regard of the tokens or the projects I hold. I always try to be like objective and look at the things. Hey, this might actually happen because we are humans and we have big flaws. Like that's the main factor. Like because we have flaws, the things are the way they are. um well, it's
yeah,
not even about this, right? Look what Reda said. um it's not about owning 15%. Actually, this could be good if it's good leader.
yeah.
The issue is the people. Like like also like Paul, not everyone is clever. Let's not pretend not everyone is clever, right? You have your game being developed. Would it be possible to develop this if you give the governance in the hands of DAO?
Nope.
Right? You need to look
There's
after
another
this, and
thing.
you need to
There's
do it the
another
way you
thing.
like.
There's another saying, since I'm being very philosophical today. If you want to get somewhere fast, go alone. If you want to get far, go with others. The problem is that go far is with the community, but not with the community leading you. It's a bit of a difference. So there's Marcia getting deep with the Lord of the Flies, good potential comparison. Yeah. So no, we would never be able. First of all, very few people have the technical know-how, and also the actionable capabilities to make the game we're making right now, because the game we're making is something very different than what you're seeing out there, right? I think you've seen some trailers. I think you've seen some graphics. We're pretty ahead of our game, pun intended. But the issue is that we're trying to develop a lot of this stuff beforehand, before we start getting it out. That's why now we're just starting to do our marketing, and it's even light marketing for the time being. And you can see that most of our stuff is ready. Like
Yeah.
we will be able to show people what they can do and everything. Now, I don't have a problem with people voting about what to do next. Out of three choices, or if they prefer one thing or the other, that's fine. But no, they would not control the company, because at the end of the day, this is like a $350,000 investment at the very least, in time and equipment and know-how and so on.
I think it was well spent, to be honest, because this is not like really the crazy money. And I think what you achieved with this money is quite
Oh,
impressive.
no, no,
Like,
you don't understand. This is evaluated money from time and experience. We everything is done in-house, so it's a startup.
mhm.
That's the cool thing.
Like, but
It's not like I took out 350,000 out of my pocket and put it in. It's just that if you were using who I'm using, the people that are working on this project, the equipment, this and that, it's worth $350,000. That's what I'm saying. I'm not
mhm.
saying I took out $350,000 on my pocket and put it into the
But it's
project.
still like this
But
value.
yeah,
I think it was like well
of course,
allocated. If
of course.
you
Oh, this is a
I,
multi-million dollar project, dude.
I didn't think you will go that far at this moment, and I don't want
You
to
haven't
say
seen nothing yet.
anything. I
You
don't
haven't
want to
seen
say
nothing.
anything. Like what I want to, because what I want to say, I spoke to you like
Yeah.
half year ago, and you told me about this game you're developing,
And,
and
I'm still developing. Imagine we still haven't
and
taken it.
and
We
you
still didn't do our
developing. So
release because we're still developing it. We wanted to be ready before we did the release.
what I want to tell, what I want to say. Like I thought, okay, next month he's gonna drop it.
No,
He's doing exactly the same shit that everyone is doing,
no.
promising the game, mint the characters, and let's forget about this, because that's what happens to 99% of the project. And I want to hit at other YouTubers that were shilling the best metaverse place in December when we
Yeah.
were at the peak, and they were saying it's great place for 2021, and these
I
people
was
who,
I was telling people to take profits.
yeah, and the people who listened to these people, they are losing because there is no game coming
Yeah,
out, there is nothing
exactly.
coming out. And what you did, you didn't sell anything. You said you're developing the game, and I was thinking like, okay, he's doing something, but like he's gonna sell characters, mint them, and there will be like chat, but it will be, I don't know, Discord community, and nothing will comes out. And I'm checking like you are still at it. Like
Yeah,
this
once
is,
we're,
I don't know if you will succeed, but like you
we will succeed.
consistent.
We're launching in about a month and a half, and as soon as we launch, everything will be out soon after. So, but we just want to make sure we have a proof of concept.
Mm-hmm.
We have people like investors are going crazy, right? We have people communicating with us saying, let's do this, let's do the launch. Oh my God, you can make so much money, you can use that money, blah, blah, blah. We don't need it. Not now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We want to come out because there's a lot of reputation at stake here, not just my own. The company I'm working with, Art and Roll, they're a startup gaming company since 2014. Very talented people. They're docs. There's offices in Greece. You can come to our offices and see them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a reputation at stake here, because there's other games that are going to be coming out and so on. So, and my reputation, you know my reputation. I mean, if you put my name, not the crypto factor, my actual name on the book in Google, you'll see I've pulled democracy. I've done a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be very careful with who I work with, how I work with, and what I say. But anyway, regardless of that, like I'll give you the perfect example, something that flew under the radar that we still haven't communicated. Last week, a music video came out by Clady that's already got 1 million views.
Clade. It's called
Yeah,
Clade.
a
How you?
woof by Clady.
How?
A woof.
A woof.
A woof by Clady. And if you look at the end of the music video, you will see an Easter egg. You'll see
A woof. Clade and
yeah, that's the one.
Emmy.
Emmy Perez.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So at the end, there's Bitbulls. And we actually did the graphics for the music video, and we also put the Bitbulls at the end as an Easter egg for the next music video that's going to come out. It's going to be all Bitbulls, which I wasn't supposed to say, but I just said it by accident.
You
but that's
said
okay.
it. Don't worry.
That's okay.
Only 8 people.
Whoever saw it saw it
on the chat.
But the thing is that even that we came out with an Easter egg and it flew under the radar. We haven't communicated on purpose because this is all for after marketing purposes, and we'll communicate it. But this came out like last week. And before that, it was coming out. We knew about it. We didn't say anything. We didn't start creating hype and hype shelling. Let's buy the NFTs because of the music video. Yes, the characters you see in the music video are NFTs. And yes, these are playable characters in the game.
Let me stop you because I just want to say, Reda, I want to address what you said, but in a moment because I want to continue this this talk about the poll game a little bit more. So just some details, right? So like what we chatting about is the poll game that seems it will be actually released. I'm not. It's no one sell anything. There is nothing you can get, but there is like the game that is being developed, and it's blockchain based. I understand, right?
Ethereum. It's on Ethereum.
It's on Ethereum. And do you think it's the wise to go with Ethereum considering how expensive the net? Actually, it's quite cheaper now.
Yes, and I don't care if it gets more expensive.
And is it like is it based? There is some land on these platforms like Sandbox or something like this, or it's not about this?
We have our own metaverse. We're gonna see if we're gonna put it on Decentralised or if we're gonna make our own. We'll see about that. But what it is a playable game. Think of it like Grand Theft Auto. But with a few different elements. First of all, less violence, and second of all,
much smaller budget.
Yeah, you can also buy shops and rent them out and do things like that. And yes, smaller budget than
a little bit.
A little bit, just
a bit smaller.
But here's the thing, though. Whatever we make from the release of the NFTs when we do that. Right, and there's going to be objects being released and so on, in-game objects and so on. That's all. Most of it's going back to the game. This is a 5-10 year project, and soon after this game, we're gonna blitz it because we have another game that's developed already. It's actually ready. Believe it or not, it's actually going to come out, and we're thinking about putting that on the blockchain or a version of that on the blockchain as well.
I think should be focused on one at first, right?
Well, that's the thing. It's a gaming company, so they already have everything ready and in place. It's not like we're going to go from scratch. So but it's a blitz. It's
about Ethereum. Have you ever even considered other networks? I'm not going like I would tell you like go Juno Network best. I would say that, right? I would say that, and I'm still saying that.
And have everybody vote for it?
Sorry?
And have everybody vote for it?
And no, like it would be actually impossible because it's like separate contract. It's like it's contract, so there is no Like they
So
cannot like, I mean, by the voting I guess they can cancel your contract, but like I don't think anyone would be concerned with the game being made. But the same could happen with Ethereum is going proof of
well,
stake.
here's the problem. I thought about Solana. We thought
But
about
yeah, like I want to ask, even Solana, even I'm not a fan of
we
Solana, why?
even thought about we even thought about Matic, Polygon, right? The issue is twofold. People don't understand. So this is why you should not listen to everybody talking on YouTube and everything, because people won't tell you this right now, but I'll tell you this right now. Okay, people do not understand what they don't understand, or they don't know what they don't know. Let me give you an example. The fees on Ethereum is actually a blessing in disguise.
I heard this opinion. My friend, my friend, I will say it. Red, I will address all of your questions. Okay, like stay with us, please, because I actually want to chat.
So let me just
Uh,
tell you the fees.
but yeah, like my friend Sheldon, Sheldon Evans, who is big influencer, he said the high Ethereum fees are good.
Yeah,
And I
because
addressed that with someone else and said, like, no, it's absolutely
let
not.
me tell you why they're good. How about
Good.
that? I'll tell you
Mm-hmm.
why, and then you can decide. If you're making a small shitty NFT project, which most of them out there are, you want to go with low gas fees so people will buy your shitty project, and then people will sell that project and buy and sell, and you'll get the fees. When you buy the project on Ethereum, the fees are expensive. It dissuades most of the people that want to buy, flip, and buy them and sell or not hold. They're people with money, the people that want to hold it and hold it for long term, and people that actually want to play the game. Now, I'm not saying this is everybody, but the vast majority is this. So one advantage is more holders, less traders than other
This
networks.
was exactly the argument of my friend. He said, like, it discourage dumping. If you hold the shitty project, you're not even going to sell it because it's too expensive, and it actually brings out the quality of the certain projects.
So,
But
and
I
also,
addressed this. Yeah.
scalability, like Ethereum's working a lot of stuff. It's got proof of concept. Everything else is too new right now. Now, I'm not saying that we might release, and we're thinking about this, get certain objects on, for example, Avalanche,
Mm-hmm.
okay, which is bridged, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's good for us, because if we want to do an airdrop, or if we want to do something, okay, that makes sense. But the main function and the main game will be on the Ethereum network. And
Mm-hmm.
as things progress with Avalanche, we're waiting for a few updates, then maybe we'll see how we're going to work that.
Mm-hmm. So, like the counter argument, I just want to say it, like, was I was talking to one of the devs from the Juno Network, like, and he said, like, the NFT should have low fees. We need liquidity, and this is like kind of unfair treatment, and people actually would prefer low fees. So,
Yeah, well, that's
but I
people.
I totally get the
This is an
argument,
expensive
and
game. This is not $100 game. This is not $100
yeah,
NFT. You're not
yeah,
going to get this NFT for $100,
yeah.
right? Right?
Reda said, "Why not Tezos?" I want to say, actually, Tezos is not very fast network. It doesn't process many transaction. I don't know. It seems quite cool. The community is very like behind it. There's like really high stakes, but I don't know much about Tezos, and I don't really think that Tezos is being successful because I. Do you know
Why?
anything about Tezos?
Everybody really talks about speed a lot.
It's
You
not
don't
really the
understand.
most important
It's
thing as
not the
well. Yeah.
most important thing. It's actually what comes at a cost for speed is actually a bad thing. The
Mhm.
less the more speed you have, the less decentralized you are, the more
Yes,
centralized.
so there is I was speaking like so I think Cosmos is quite fairly decentralized, but for example, I was speaking with this dev and he's like, look, Solana got the best talent in the industry, like they have a lot of money, and this is really good because they
Yeah,
can acquire these best developers, they can pay them, but and they are focused on one thing, which is the execution, the speed of transaction, but this comes out the
the cost.
at the cost of the centralization. That's how it comes. And like probably the best thing is to find maybe some balance between that. But
Yeah.
that's the thing. Uh, Reda also said, like a little bit earlier, would you give governance to VCs? I mean, ETF was run. I think like ETH still is pretty much run by VCs. Also, Matic, they still succeeded. Yeah, like the giving power to the people doesn't end well. And I think Jack Dorsey was like speaking about this, right? Jack Dorsey was like this, but this is like also because I believe that many of this, I highly respect Jack Dorsey, so I want to stick to it. The ideology of these beautifully talented people, they always have very romantic view of the world, and Jack Dorsey probably believes, which founder of Twitter, probably believe in this beautiful world that finally we solve the issues of this greedy venture capitalists, but this idea of this beautiful world might not necessarily work out. And I think Juno is trying to do it, which is run by community, and there's many apps being built. It can be successful, but I think at the end, the Web3 might be the place that is just the same as Web2. Big institutions, maybe even more centralized than Web2. You know, I don't know.
Hmm.
What would you think? Any thought? No.
Oh, here's
Let's.
a question to me.
No, I was just asking. Like, what? Like, is it?
Well, Web3 is about owning your assets. So it doesn't matter who controls it. It matters what you control. So Web3, if you own, so far what people don't understand, most of the things that you buy, you're actually leasing them on Web2. Like no, you own nothing. You're leasing or you're paying for the right to use things. When it comes to Web3, you own it. Now, I don't care if it's a centralized Web3 system, you own the asset. If you have an NFT in your wallet, there's no way for anyone to access that. Now you own your asset.
Unless
So,
it's going to get slashed via voting.
unless it gets slashed via voting. But if but this is well,
Yeah.
okay, let's take it a step further. There's also Taproot, so you can actually do the same thing on Bitcoin. So we can move up a notch there if you want. But anyway, um, the thing is that if you own your, that's the difference. So I'm renting a character in World of Warcraft, and if my account gets stolen or shut down, I lose that item. I own an item in a decentralized version of World of Warcraft. That ship account takes taken down. I still have my object. That is Web3. So,
Totally understand.
so I think the best way to describe Web3 is Web2. You rent you lease your assets. Web3, you own your assets.
I
Um,
understand. That's important because that's also financially incentivized. Here is one comment hitting at you. I disagree with this comment. I call you the crypto guy now.
the
You
crypto
crypto
factor,
guy.
the crypto factor.
You crypto guy. What do you think you are?
Well, it's Forex reviews, dude. I mean, the guys. I mean, we
It
probably
actually so forex reviews actually speed has to do with decentralization. So Juno is fast, it's still fairly decentralized. It is slower than Solana,
Juno
which
is
is more
much more
decentralized.
decentralized. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, but Juno is more decentralized than Solana because of Solana is way faster, way more centralized. So we know that. But for example, I don't think
I hate
Juno
to
is.
break this to you. It's not decentralized at all.
But I don't
Just
know if
because,
Juno.
wait a second, just because people forex reviews, just